Welcome back to my sixth class of Azure DevOps server, TFS, Team Foundation Server, formerly Team Foundation Server. So in this, I'll be in this class, I'll be concentrating on opening a defect and assigning to particular developer, okay, particular owner. The bug belongs to the owner of the defect is actually the developer, not necessarily, but most of the time developer. It might be architect. Sometimes if it's a sometimes if it's a requirement issue, then it would be an architect guy, a product owner. So it can be anyone as a matter of fact. So just give me a second. I'll just check. This is the sixth class. Yeah, good. So I'll be going through. So this thing is, everything looks one and the same thing for me. Okay, dashboard is good. So here you see this. You have this user story task, but I don't see test case. The reason, because probably they don't want to add this test case or something. Something for some reason they don't want to show up. Very good. Wiki we already discussed on this. So I will be, guess what, we'll go to the board. I can create a defect or bug here, go ahead and click here, but the problem is I want to know that, let's see here. Let me check here actually how this thing is got used, because I'm having really odd, this is very odd thing, because this is taking as a bug as parent. Okay, good. Okay, so you can create bug here. I can create bug. I can go ahead and create bug here, add bug, but you can create in the work items. So again, as I told you, there is two options. You can use board or work items. Both things are same. The point of view is different, right? This, like, to give an example, like, both things are same, the perspective is different. Okay, I wanted to give an example with the same word with two different meanings, right? It's the same thing, same words, but it's a two different perspective. Actually the way you look into it is different. So I can do it in the board as well as work items, doesn't matter. It's up to you. You can go ahead and create bug here or here. So we'll go to work items, since we are being through locked into work items. And for the board, as I told you, you can go ahead and click on this icon and click on add bug. You can do that. That's the similar way. So go ahead and click on new work item. Oh, by the way, let's see here. Let's go to our test case here, and let's go to test plan. Now what I'll do here is, this is my test case, right? It shows it passed, right? What I'll do is, let's say if I have to find a bug, it should be failed. So let's say I'll fail this, fail test, and I can do that right here. I can go each and every test and go run for it and do it again. You can do that. That's also an option, but I'm doing just failing it because I found a bug. Just because I found a bug, I'm failing it. So okay, so this is failed, test case is failed. Why it is failed? You have to give the reason for this, right? Now let's find out. We'll go to this work items. Go back to your work items. Go ahead and click on new work item, bug, and right. And here what you will do is, okay, so first we need a bug. So let's try to see here. I want to open a bug. I'll open a bug as shipping and I'll just show you what the bug is all about. I'm sorry. So what I want to do in description, like give some information about what is the bug and shipping and handling fees, GMO online project. So that shows that I'm working on GMO online project, and I can assign to the guy who is responsible on this. So what's the bug is all about? Let's find out. So let's say I found a bug. It's 90% is also bug, or I can see a bug here too. Just clicking some button shows on server error. Okay, so we'll not worry on that. Okay, so what I'll do here is I want to find. So I'm testing, right? I'm testing an application. So I'm testing with large numbers. Now I'm going to go ahead and place the order. So I'm ordering in this much of large quantity. This is the quantity, right? You get it? This is the quantity and this is the price. Product total is some $1 million coming out. $1 million. Sales tax, oh wow. Now sales tax is really not a reasonable, because if you are in Delaware, probably in Delaware, yeah, there is no sales tax for in Delaware. So this is a bug technically, but I'm not creating that. What I'm trying to show here is shipping and handling fees showing as $5. When I'm trying to order this quantity, let's say in United States, when you are shipping that amount of quantity, let's assume even if these guys are very poor and they are shipping through USPS doesn't charge $5 for these many quantities. The amount of quantity depends on the weight. So if the weight increases drastically, $5, I don't think so. So they might also have the option of ordering more than $1,000, something like that. They'll ship for free. That's a whole different story altogether. But shipping and handling fee $5. So I don't agree with that. You have to talk to developer and see the developer is okay with that. Say no, we have this already issue in this. That's a we don't have to open issue. That's a different thing. But here in this scenario, I'm just giving an example. So what will I do? I'll take a screenshot. Screenshots is the heart of your project. So I'll go ahead and open this screenshot. I'll just do this. I'm just taking whatever required for my project, and what I'll do is I highlight it so that developer knows what I'm trying to say here. Okay, great. Alright, now what we'll do here, since now I know what the bug is all about, let's put some information here. So here, what is shipping and handling fees, GMO online. So if it's a critical issue, I'll put as a critical, but here it's not, I'm not going into critical things. So how do you reproduce this? That's a very good question. Alright, okay. So how do you reproduce it? You might tell them like saying that click on this button, that button, and all this stuff. So what I'll do here is I'll write some information. Whenever I'm trying to order in large quantities, shipping and handling fee is showing as $5. For more information, please view the screenshot. Screenshot is part of the problem. So go ahead and click on, I'll go to the next one, and click on this insert image. Where is it? Oh, I didn't save this, did I? Right, we'll save this. I'll just put a shipping, save it on desktop for now, and close this for further issues. Won't be more issues. Go ahead and click on this image, and I'll go ahead and shipping, and here's the screenshot. Good, it looks good. The reason, because they know if you show this is more than enough. All you can put the reproduce, how do you reproduce this bug? Okay, you can do that. I'm not showing that. You can do click on GMO online, enter this URL, all that thing I'm not giving. You can do that. You can do that. So I'm not saying you don't. But what I'm just going right into the problem, what exactly the problem is. Alright, system info, this is Windows 10. No, I'm not, actually Windows 8. Okay, so we'll take it as an example as Windows 10. So effort, see this thing, the effort, this is related to development point of view. Because the developer has to decide how much they have to work. Sometimes this defect might get rejected. The reason, because they'll say, developer says, not my problem. Now that means you have assigned a wrong developer, wrong guy. In that case, what you want to do is you want to find out who is the exact developer for it, and assign to it. Or if you are lucky, if you get a good developer, they will reassign that to the another person who is responsible for this. Okay, if you know the build, system build, put as oops, if you know the build, you can put the build. If you don't, then you have to check with your lead or check with your in person, and now you have to put that. Related work, let's add this. This is the problem here. So if you are adding this wrong, it doesn't show up in the board. So at the end of the day, we want in the board. So we'll just put in the parent. Which user story? Web application for GMO online. Alright, we got it. So once we have done that, go ahead and click on save. Now I've got to assign this bug 29 number. If you see here, follow, what is this, a Facebook to follow? Okay, I don't know why this thing is becoming like Facebook discussion, follow, like. In Geo also there is like. I'm like, is this, I'm giving classes for Facebook, or is this a tool? No, it's kind of, these things are becoming so complex. So, okay, so here story points. How many story points? We took as 5. It might have it more. Okay, there is, okay, we'll talk about this priority and severity. Let's talk about this. I didn't talk about this, right? Severity is the how much the impact of bug. Severity is the impact of the bug. That means because of this bug, how much it is causing problem. You cannot execute your test cases. You cannot go further with this. So that's severity. So it's divided into 4 class. Sev 1. They call it Sev 1, Sev 2, Sev 3, Sev 4. Sev 4 is the least priority. Example of Sev 4 is like cosmetic issues. Cosmetic issues like this. Blue color, it should be green color. All the spelling mistake, they put best instead of better. All those things comes on the low priority. Medium, so this is the medium. We'll take it as a medium. High priority is something which is, for example, you are clicking some button. There is some button and suddenly this page shows up. This is high priority because this is stopping your test cases. You cannot move further with your test cases because you don't know what the web page has to display. So this will be a high priority. And critical priorities are normally for production issues. This is also critical. I mean, anything, even in the test environment there could be critical. I'm not saying no, but normally it's for production, and this has to be handled very fast and very quickly. Okay, so we put as medium, and priority is how soon the developer should fix the bug. Normally it goes with it normally goes with parallelly. Medium means it's medium, low means it's low. You cannot assign, one means high priority. High priority, if you go and put is low, severity low, and put is high priority, it doesn't make any sense, because it's a cosmetic issue, and there is a pressing issues, it's production issues, a lot of things, and you're putting as you have resolved immediately. You're telling developer to resolve immediately. Now that doesn't work that way. Even if you put that, it comes, they will question you. So why did you do that? And thing is, they will change it automatically. The managers will change this, and looking into it, they will be knowing what they are doing. So normally it's supposed to go as parallel. If it's medium, it's medium. It's low, it's low. It's high, it's high. So it's that way. It's normally, this is filled by the developer actually. So how much time will it take to fix this issue? And once you have done it, click on save. So that's good, fair enough. So we have successfully opened a defect, and let's see in the work items. It's not a big deal. In work items, it shows every time. I don't care. Oh, and it's not new. So if you are putting in new, you have to be very careful. You have to change it to active. Guess what? This small thing can get you into trouble. For example, you put it in new and forgot about issue, and suddenly after 1 week, your boss calls you and says, why this is in the new status? The 1 week it's over, and you cannot say I forgot. That means obviously you don't know how to use it, and you don't know that you don't have experience. So that's not good. That might get into your trouble. So you have to always make sure, if you're working in current project, it should be inactive, and the reason, investigate what's the issue is. Is this is this an ETL issue? Is this a Java issue? Is this a back-end issue? Is it, what kind of issue is this? Developer has to investigate. So all looks good. Everything looks good, and we also have an attachment. Oh no, yeah, the attachment is actually, we put it here itself, so we don't need it. And now we'll go to the boards. It should show up here. If it doesn't show, it's too bad. Oh good, it showed up. Now since it showed up, we'll see what's happening. You can open it, and you can view it. And here is the one you have to assign the respective owner of the defect. Okay, so this is how you can open a defect for this. You don't have to go to test plans for this reason, because the only test plans are for execution point of view, and not for bugs or something. It's nothing to do with this. But boards tell you everything. This boards will show you how many bugs are there. So that's pretty much about the defects actually. Okay, so you have to be so what happens is, developers opens this and sees this. If they find it resolved, they will say resolved. You have to close it. Developer don't have access to close it, so they cannot close the defect. A defect cannot be closed by the developer. That's the point, because you are a tester. You have to test it again, see if it is if it's really fixed. Only then you have to close the defect. Unless and otherwise, you cannot close them. There is no option for that. Since this is a tutorial point of view, so you have this access, but otherwise you don't have access. Okay, so that's how you want to open the defects. Okay, I wanted to see if it is more as an interaction point of view, if anyone has any questions, because this is pretty much iteration. Which iteration, you can choose your iteration here. Which iteration in sense, it's the sprint. iteration 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, which sprint you're working on. So that's the iteration. And this is the area means a project, which project you are working on. Okay, now I did this tags. You can add this tags. You want to follow me on the Facebook, of course you can. I don't know why this option is so what happens is, once you put into this is supposed to go to this email, or you can send an email. Guess what, I'll send an email right now. Go ahead and click on this email. This option is good. So this will get email and I'll send it. This is free. This is good. Thank God they don't charge for email. There's something this people will charge for the email too. So okay, so now that goes to the developer. I guess I got this email to that account and saying that there is a bug opened. So this is how you can send an email saying that you have opened a defect. Now here's the thing, let's say you found a defect, right? Let's say you found a defect. Just because you found a defect doesn't mean that it is a defect. Okay, you have to coordinate with your first thing you have to reach out to your lead, QA lead, and say that, oh, this is a defect. Hey, I found some defect here. Can I open a defect? If lead is not available, open that account, email, send an email, CC your boss. You don't want to. You don't have to at beginning, but once you get used to, you have to CC every time your boss, and it becomes more complex. You have to also CC dev manager to make sure that defect is valid and all those things. It becomes pretty convoluted once you join the project and you're working for 2-3 years. You have to put, I used to put like 20 members or 25 members. I don't put it. I go with my Scrum Master and we talk to him saying that this is the defect, and that guy drags everyone in the email and say, please can you fix this issue, we have this and this has to go into production in 3 weeks, please take care of this defect. I said, like, whole world is in the email, what they want anymore, what information they want. So that's how it works. So always remember, coordination is very important. Just because you found a defect doesn't mean that it is a defect. You have to coordinate first with the lead. Once you get used to it, here you have to also go with the developer, talk to them and say, I found this defect, can I open this defect? You have to be proactive. Proactive is very important in this. Okay. So that's pretty much about this. So make sure you coordinate well with developers. If you're see, the whole point is communication skills. The whole concept of this is communication skills. If you're not communicating and if you're opening defect just like that without coordinating, that would give negative impression. Boss will come to you, and actually it happened to me. Once I opened the defect and said, like, who told you to open this defect? No, actually what happened was, I opened the defect and I gave to Scrum Master because developer was busy, and I went like for 1 week I was running around, and developer said, I'm busy, I don't have time for this and all those things. So I know, because how the agile works. If you don't know, probably want to look into this. I'll just show you. So what happens is, if a developer is not responding, then you actually you talk to the Scrum Master, and roles and responsibilities. I'll show you. So what happened was, I followed up with the Scrum Master. Here you go. Helping the Scrum team to avoid and remove impediments. Impediments means defects or coordination issue or any other defects which is causing by the team. So I emailed Scrum Master and Guess what? My boss was a Scrum Master certified and she doesn't know what the duties of Scrum Master. So then she said, who told you to give this defect to Scrum Master? So I have to tell her, based on my experience, based on my knowledge, Scrum Master is a bridge between the developer and tester. That's the reason I have given to the Scrum Master. Then the next moment she didn't say anything. She stopped giving me more work. So that's how it happens. Okay, so make sure you coordinate well with the other team and make sure resolve this. You have to follow up with this defect. Developer won't fix this immediately. You have to follow up because if this is in 1 month, you have to at least visit at least once. Not at least once in a day. I mean, should not bug too much because developer might be working 3 to 4 projects or 5 to 6 projects. They might be really busy, but of course you can email them. They might check email and they might do work on it. CC your boss, that should work, and manually also you can check it. Okay, so that's pretty much about defects. So next class we'll work on queries. So I hope you like this video, and this is a little bit short because this is just opening a defect in this. So I hope you found it useful, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next class.